Hello. Hi, Jocelyn.
Hello,
How are you?
fine, thank
W-
you.
Where are you from, Jocelyn?
I'm from Los Ríos, Ecuador.
Los Rios. Nice. What about Thalia? Hi, Thalia.
Hi,
Hi. Where are you from?
I'm from Lago Agrio.
Lago Agrio. Cool. Welcome, guys. My name is Alex, and today we are going to go over all of the material from Unit 1 to Unit 12 to help you prepare for the final exam, okay? So let's begin. Let me open up my timer here. And here we go, guys. So in Unit 1, we talked about the simple and the continuous verbs. So let's begin with Thalia. Thalia, is it Thalia or Talia? Talia, right? Talia?
Talía.
I'm sorry. Talia, can you first read this part here?
Okay. Ay, perdón, estoy con hipo. Simple verbs. Complete actions or permanent situations.
Very good.
What kind of music do you like? ¿Sigo?
Yes.
I love classic rock and blues. What
And
did
then
you do for your last birthday? I had a big party with all my friends.
excellent. So here we have the basic permanent actions, right? So maybe if I ask you, Jocelyn, what about if I ask you, Jocelyn, what type of music do you like?
I like pop music.
Okay. What about Talia? Talia, what kind of music do you like?
I like vallenato.
Nice. Vallenato, romantic music. So you're a romantic, Talia. All right. Cool. So let's think of a question. Let's think of a question that we can ask each other about something about a personal taste. So what kind of movies, food, maybe what kind of sports? Can you think of a question, Talia?
What kind of sport do you like?
Awesome. What kind of sports do you like? Let's change that color. So Jocelyn, that's a worse color, sorry. So Jocelyn, what kind of sports do you like?
I like football and basketball.
Football and basketball. Excellent. What about you, Talia? What kind of sports do you like?
I like swimming.
You like swimming. Excellent. Jocelyn, can you think of another question? Can you think of a similar question?
What did you do for your last vacations?
Okay. What? That's an excellent question. Why did the color change? What did you do for your last vacations? Excellent. Very good. So let's ask Talia. Talia, what did you do for your last vacation?
I go to home.
Okay. I'm
Or
just going to
was to
change
home.
for to on. What did you do on? It's better if we say on, Jocelyn, okay? What did you do on your last vacation? And Talia said, I stayed home. You want to say I stayed home? Or I went home to visit my family, my parents.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. All right. I went home to visit my family. You don't live with your family, correct? You had to travel to see your family?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I understand. Excellent. Very good. What about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, what did you do on your last vacation?
Uh, I traveled to Panama. To Panama, yes.
Cool. I traveled to Panama. Excellent. All right, guys. So this is simple tense, something that's permanent, something that did not change, okay? So let's continue to the next one, which is continuous. Jocelyn, can you read this one for me?
Yes, continuous verbs for ongoing actions and temporary situations.
Very good.
What are you listening to? I'm listening to Chet Baker. How long have you been living here? I've been living here for 4 years. What were you doing at this time yesterday? I was coming to the university on a bus.
All right, so now I want you guys to think of actions that are in progress for a period of time. We can talk about the present, we can talk about the present perfect continuous, or the past continuous. So let's think of a question. Maybe I could ask Talia, how long have you been living in, did you say Lago Agrio or Los Rios?
Lago Agrio.
Lago
I
Agrio.
live here 18 years.
18 years. Okay, so for a long time. What about
Yes.
Jocelyn? Jocelyn, how long have you been living in Los Rios?
Actually, I'm living in Loja, but I was born in Los Rios.
Ah, okay, gotcha. So how long have you been living in Loja?
10 years.
Oh my gosh, 10
Continue.
years. Okay, cool. All right, so let's think of a continuous question. Let's think of something continuous. Maybe you could say something like, what, how long, uh, who were you talking to? Maybe I could say, who were you talking to last night? Jocelyn, who were you talking to last night?
Mm, with with my f- with my parents.
Excellent. I was talking to my parents or with my parents. That's okay. What about Thalia? Thalia, who were you talking to last night?
I see TV.
So you weren't talking to anyone. So you could say, I wasn't talking to anyone, right? So we would just use the negative. I wasn't talking to anyone, right? I was watching TV.
Okay.
Excellent, Talia. Very good. All right. Maybe one more example. Talia, do you have a question for Jocelyn?
Mm, sería, who were you go the yesterday? Ay, sería.
So maybe we could say, who, let's put this here. Who were you going to see yesterday, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Who were you going to see yesterday, Jocelyn?
I wasn't going to see anyone.
All right. I wasn't going to see anyone. All right. What about Talia? Talia, who were you going to see yesterday?
I wasn't to see.
Okay. All right. No problem. It was Friday. Yesterday was Friday, guys. You have to go out. All right. So let's erase and remember we have simple tense and we have continuous tense, the two common phrases or the two common structures that we talked about in Unit 1. So let's take a look. Here we have some more examples. So let's go ahead and read the first example here. Talia, can you read this one? Verb plus
Verb plus verb. ing, consider, finish, miss, spend. He finished it. Oh, pardon. He finished reading 3 books. I spent 3 years living in Peru.
Excellent. So when you have any of these 3 verbs, whether it's finish, miss, or spend, we can actually follow it by a verb in the ing form. He spent 3 years living in Peru. So let's think of an example. My example is going to be, I don't like this color. I'm sorry, guys. I miss playing video games. I miss playing video games. Can you think of an example, Jocelyn?
Mm, I finished my my pathology class.
Okay, so we need a verb. So here we have to put a verb in action. So I finished studying.
Yes.
I finished taking my class. But remember, guys, the structure is verb plus ing, okay?
Okay.
All right, what about Talia? Talia, can you think of another example?
I miss going with my friends a park.
I miss going to a park with my friends. Excellent, Talia. Very good. With my friends. Very good. So guys, when you see finish, miss, and spend, we are going to use the verb plus ing following it, okay? Let's go with this one here. Jocelyn, can you read number 2?
Verb plus preposition plus verb ing and up, keep on, think about. How did you end up studying here? I thought about moving to Spain.
Excellent. So now it's a different structure, but now we're going to focus on prepositions plus verb plus ing. So here we have a preposition, end up, and then verb plus ing. About plus verb plus ing. So maybe we can use end up, keep on, think about. My example, let's put some more examples here. Examples are awesome. So let's say something like, I am thinking about buying a new computer. I am thinking about buying a new computer. Can you think of an example, Talia?
I'm thinking about going to the beach.
Nice. What's your favorite beach? Talia, do you have a favorite beach?
Esmeraldas.
Esmeraldas.
Islas
Nice.
de Esmeraldas.
Okay, cool. Jocelyn, can you think of an example?
I am thinking about I am thinking about buying a new pencil for my iPad.
Oh, okay. A new pencil for your iPad. Very expensive, Jocelyn. Those pencils are very expensive.
Yes.
Excellent. So we have 2 structures, guys. When we have a preposition, we have to use plus verb plus ing. And these are the expressions: end up, keep on, think about. And these verbs are also followed by the ing form. So finish, miss, and spend. Is that okay, guys? No problem?
No
Alrighty.
problem.
Excellent. So let's continue. Here we have the next one. So we continue with the same idea, Unit 1, using the infinitive form and the progressive form. So let's take a look at this one here. Talia, can you read this one?
Okay, verb ing or to plus verb. Different meaning. Remember,
Meaning?
stop, try. I stopped smoking. Or you say versus?
Versus? Yes.
Yeah. I stopped to smoke. I remember turning off the oven versus I always remember to turn off the oven.
Excellent. Very good, Talia. So it's just versus, okay?
Okay.
Here, they have different meanings, okay? So this is I stopped smoking, I quit, I no longer smoke. And this one, once you say to smoke, now it changes completely. And now you're saying you paused and now to smoke, right? So this is completely different. So be careful and make sure that you understand that remember, stop, and try are going to change whether you have ing or to plus the verb, okay? Let's take a look at the next one. What about this one, Jocelyn? Can you read this one?
Okay, verb ing or to plus verb, same meaning, begin, continue, start, like, love, hate.
Very good.
He began to walk, he began walking. I love to play music, I love playing music.
So now it's exactly the same, right? It's exactly the same and they do not change. So just make sure that you guys are memorizing, remember, stop, and try because they do change. But begin, love, like, hate, start, all of those are going to be exactly the same. Maybe we could do one example. Can you think of one example, Talia?
Mm,
You could say something like, I stopped watching movies during the week. I stopped watching movies during the week. So I use stopped and then I use the ing form. Or if you want, you can use begin, start, like, love, no problem.
Okay. I start going to gym
I
in the month.
Okay, I started going to the gym this month in January. This
Yes.
month? Excellent, very good. What about Jocelyn? Can you think of another example?
Mm. I alright. I began to even uh, to study
Okay,
to study anima- to study alguna materia. Okay.
a subject. I began to study a subject, right? Remember that materia is subject. Very good. Excellent, guys. So you have to memorize, remember, stop, and try. Be very careful because they have different meanings. The other ones do not, so don't worry. Any questions? Is this okay?
Okay.
All right, let's erase and let's continue. The next one is Unit 2, Comparisons with as. So let's read the first point that we have here. Jocelyn, can you read this for me?
Yes. One adjectives. My dad is as old as my mom. I don't look as healthy as I used to.
Excellent. So let's think of an example, guys. Let's think of an example using an adjective, right? So my phone isn't as expensive as my laptop, right? So expensive is the adjective, and I have as comparing my phone compared to my laptop. Can you think of an example, Jocelyn?
Podría ser my physiopathology class is.
Oh my gosh. Let's just say class.
Es que iba a poner la comparación entre dos, pero bueno.
We could say my morning class
isn't as difficult as right here, or no?
Excellent. Yes, absolutely. That's an adjective. You can use difficult.
As my afternoon class.
Excellent. Because I don't even know what what did you say? Physio what?
Physiopathology.
Physiopathology. Okay, nice. Are you studying, what are you studying, Jocelyn?
Medicine.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, Talia, can you think of an example?
Okay. My practice school are more complicated than my classmates.
Excellent comparative example, Talia, but we have to use as, right? We have to use as. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe you could say, my practice is as, as, what was the other one? What did you say, Talia? My practice is,
Complicated.
okay.
Of my classmate.
My practice is as complicated as my classmates. Okay. My practice is as complicated as my classmates. Very good. All right, guys. So let's erase because this looks like a mess. Let's go to number 2, Talia. So this one is adjectives. The next one is nouns. Can you read this one, Talia?
Nouns. She spent as little time as possible doing her hair. She does wear much makeup as her sister.
Very good. So be careful with the pronunciation. Doesn't. She doesn't. Okay. Very good. So now we're going to think of an object. We're going to think of a noun. Okay. So maybe we could do one example, Talia. Can you think of an example? Maybe you could think about time. Think about time. Maybe restaurants, applications, programs.
Yeah, one moment.
Sure, no problem. Jocelyn, can you think of an example? I read as many books as I can, right? So in this case, we're talking about books, right? I read as many books as I can. It's okay. We'll come back, okay? We have one more, Jocelyn. So this is nouns. This was adjectives. And the last one, Jocelyn, is adverbs. Can you read adverbs?
Okay. Adverbs. I tried as hard as I could to come on time.
Very
I
good.
ran as quickly as I could.
Excellent. So maybe we can substitute here. Instead of running, maybe we could do another activity. Is there something that you do quickly, Jocelyn? What do you do quickly? I tried to clean my house as quickly as I can. Is there something that you do quickly?
Actually, read is a thing.
Okay. I read as quickly as I can.
Yes,
Excellent. About medicine or about something else?
about medicine because my books are very, 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 very big.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. But at the end, once you graduate, it will all be worth it. What about Talia? Talia, can you think of an example? What do you do quickly? Something you do quickly, something you do fast.
I got up as quickly I
Yeah,
could.
excellent. I got up as quickly as I could. Absolutely. Excellent, Talia. There was an earthquake or a fire or some noise, and you got up as quickly as you could. All right, guys. So this is important because we have 3 different uses. So you have to understand that we can use as with adjectives, nouns, and adverbs, okay? Make sure to practice so you guys are able to do awesome on your final exam, okay? Any questions?
Any questions?
All right, so let's go to the next one. So the next one is Unit 2. Negative questions. We have 3 different uses. Talia, can you read the first one?
Okay, express an opinion. Isn't this jacket great or don't you just love it?
Absolutely. The next one, Joss? Lynn, sorry.
Just an idea. Isn't it a little expensive? Don't you think you would look better in this one?
Excellent. So notice the difference. You're expressing an idea, you're expressing an opinion, and then finally, the last one, Talia, what's the last one?
Okay. Show surprise. Isn't it on sale? Don't you like it?
Excellent. Very good. So I want you to take a look at all 3 options: opinion, idea, and surprise. What about if I tell you, if I say, Jocelyn, I am a Spanish teacher. I am a Spanish teacher. Can you express an opinion, an idea, or show surprise?
In Spanish?
No, in English.
Mm.
If I tell you, imagine that I say, hi, Jocelyn, how are you? Today we're going to practice English. We're going to review for your final English exam, but I'm a Spanish teacher. What would
Okay.
what would you say? What could you say
Um,
to me?
mm, the, isn't aren't you understand English? No, mentira.
So you could say, aren't you an English teacher?
Yeah,
Right? Right?
right.
Because imagine I'm not a Spanish teacher, I'm an English teacher, right? So you would say, aren't you an English teacher? And you could express some surprise, right? What happens if I say, I never sleep? I never sleep. Talia, I never sleep. What could you say?
Mm, uh, and show surprise.
Okay.
¿Cierto? A ver.
Sorry. It could be any. It could be any. It doesn't matter. It could be opinion, idea, or surprise. No problem.
Okay. Sería, aren't you sleepy?
Excellent. Aren't you sleepy? Yes, I am. I am very sleepy, but it's only an example. But excellent. response, Talia. That's the idea. When somebody tells you something, you have to respond, expressing an opinion, an idea, or showing surprise by having negative questions, okay? Is this okay, guys? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Alrighty, always negative. You can use the verb to be. You can use the auxiliary. Don't you can use the auxiliary. Haven't you, right? Or can't, the modal verb can't you. You can use all of the question words in negative to express opinion, idea, or surprise. So let's continue. Here we have the next one, which is Unit 3. I forget whose turn is it. Maybe Talia? Talia, can you read this one? Simple present passive.
Okay, active. How do they make chicha? They make it with yuca.
Delicious.
Drink it hot or cool. They drink it at room temperature.
Very good. So guys, active is a regular sentence. This is a normal, regular sentence. Now, let's take a look how we can convert this into a passive question. Jocelyn, can you read this?
Okay. How is chicha made? It's made with yuca. Is it drunk, hot or cold? It's drunk at room temperature.
Absolutely, temperature. So let's take a look at what happens here. We have chicha is the object of the active sentence, make is the verb, and they are the subject. So we have subject, we have verb, and we have object, okay? Subject, verb, object. Now notice how when we switch over to the passive, now this changes. Now we have the verb to be. So we begin with the verb to be. Then we have the object, and then we have the verb. So it's kind of inverted. It switches the form. Exactly when we look here, you can see they make it with yuca. It's made with yuca. So now it's inverted, right? We don't focus on the subject. We focus on the receiver, right? So let's do one practice. Let's see if I say Toyota is made in Japan. Toyota is made in Japan. So, oh, maybe, sorry. Toyota cars are made in Japan. Here we have the object, right? This is the object of the sentence. Uh-oh. I can't go back. Let's just say cars, it's okay. So cars are made in Japan. We have the object, we have the verb to be, and then we have the verb in past participle. So this is an example of the passive. Let's put this over here. Cars are made in Japan. So maybe you could say, Toyota makes cars in Japan. And then we kind of switch it, right? So we have an active sentence, and then we have a passive sentence, okay? So if I tell you guys, let me give you one more example. This is a random question. If I say, maybe my glove is on my, maybe used. My glove is used on my left hand. My glove is the subject. Then we have, sorry. my glove is used on my left hand. So we have my glove, we have the verb to be, and then we have the verb here. Can you guys, how can we change this sentence? How can we change this sentence to another form? Can you guys think of how we can change it? This one would be here. This one would be the passive, and then we can make the active. Maybe you could say, you wear the glove on your left hand, right? It's just a normal sentence, guys. The normal sentence, you wear the glove, and then I guess we could change this, and it doesn't have to be my, it could be, we'll keep the same subject. So your glove is on my left hand, on the left hand, and then we'll just kind of use it like that, okay? All right, maybe let's see if we have some examples here. Let's erase. Let's see if we have one here. No. All right, we'll come back here and we can take a look at the ones down here. So here we have the regular form, right? And then here we have the passive form. So does this make sense, guys? Is this clear? Kind of? A little complicated?
Yeah.
That's clear.
Okay. Are you okay, Jess?
Yes.
Dalia, no questions?
No.
Okay. All right, guys, make sure to practice and we change it into the past. All right. Let's continue. Here we have Unit 3. For Unit 3, we continue with the ing form and the infinitive form. So let's begin here. Jocelyn?
Okay. Verb plus ing as a subject. Eating with your mouth open is bad manners. Manners?
Manners. Very good. Manners, yes.
Not greeting. Not greeting. It's someone is impolite.
All right. So let's think of an example, guys. Let's think of an example. Let's say maybe yelling at someone is rude. Can you guys think of an example where you begin with a verb as the subject in ing form? Maybe Thalia or Jocelyn?
Eating with your elbows. Creo que era codo elbows. I don't remember.
Very good. Yes.
Eating with your elbows in the table is impolite.
Is impolite. Very good. Or you could say bad manners, right? It's impolite or bad manners. Very good. Excellent. What about Talia? Can you think of an example?
Okay. Yeah. A ver. Making noise is rude.
Making noise is rude. Yes. Maybe making noise during class is rude, right? We can give it a little bit more context, right? A little more context. Excellent, Aliyah. Very good. What about this one? Number 2. Can you read number 2, Talia?
Okay. Verb plus ing after prepositions. You might offend people by eating with your mouth open. People might be upset of you for greeting them.
Okay, so now it's because we have a preposition. By eating, for not greeting. So when we have a preposition, we also use the ing form. What about number 3? Can you read number 3, Jocelyn?
Okay, 2 plus verb after eats. It's bad manners to eat with your mouth open. It's impolite not to greet someone.
Very good. It's bad manners to eat with your mouth open. It's impolite not to greet someone. Excellent, Joss. So let's see if we can come up with our own example here. So it's, and now we have to use a verb. So it's nice to say hello to people, right? It's nice to say hello to people. What about Joss? Joss, can you think of an example? It's nice to plus a verb, or it's any adjective.
It's nice to use gloves in the laboratory.
Gloves in the lab. I think it's very important, right? Very
Yes.
important. All right. What about Talia? Talia, can you think of an example? What about if
It-
we say it's
mm,
difficult to? Can you complete? It's difficult to.
to learn English.
Okay, it's difficult to learn English. All right. Kind of difficult, but it's easy. If you practice, it will be easy. All right, guys. So we have the 3 forms. We have verb plus ing as a subject, verb plus ing after prepositions, and to plus a verb after it's. Any questions? Is this okay?
It's okay.
Awesome. So let's put a thumbs up in the chat and we will continue with the next one. So here we have unit 4. Talia, can you read number 4 for me?
Okay. You need
Be supposed to was we're going to.
what we're going to. We supposed to can mean the say is supposed to write later. It's
Okay.
okay.
All
Digo?
right. One second, Talia. 1 second. So supposed to, when we speculate about someone else's comments, we use it's supposed to. Go ahead and continue, Talia. It can.
It can also mean have to or should.
Okay.
I'm supposed to work tomorrow. Sorry.
Go ahead.
He's supposed to exercise every day.
All right. So let's give an example, Talia. Let's think of an example. So what are you supposed to do maybe this month? What are you supposed to do this month? Is there something that you're supposed to do?
I'm supposed to write tomorrow.
Okay, rain, but maybe you. What about you? What are you supposed to do?
I'm supposed to go to the park with my dog.
Okay, go to the park with my dog. All right. What about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, are you supposed to do something this month?
I am supposed to do an important presentation.
Oh no. Are you nervous, Joss?
No tanto.
Not so much. Not so much. All right. Cool. All right, Joss, let's continue. The next one. It can.
It can contrast what should happen with what does or will happen. I'm supposed to be studying, but I'm not. I'm not supposed to stay out late, but maybe I will.
All right, so maybe you should tell me something that you shouldn't do. Jocelyn, Talia, Jocelyn, is there something that you shouldn't do? I'm supposed to work tomorrow, but I don't think I will. I'm gonna relax. What about you, Talia?
I supposed to do my homework, but I'm not.
That's unacceptable, Talia. You have to do homework. Always. All right. What about Joss? Joss, can you think of an example?
I'm supposed to do the forum for English, the English forum.
And you're not gonna
I'm
do
not.
it. Why? Why are you guys being rebellious? Don't be rebellious. Do your homework. All right. And we have one more. What about this one here? What about this one, Joss?
Was supposed to, what was expected to happen didn't or won't. They were supposed to arrive at 7 p.m., but they didn't. I wasn't supposed to pay for the bill, but I'll have to.
Very good. Excellent. So guys, we have be supposed to and was we're going to. So this example here, Joss said that she's supposed to do the forum. I was going to do the forum, but I'm not going to do it. So we can use was going to exactly the same as be supposed to, okay? Very, very similar. I was going to, but I am not. I was supposed to, but I am not. So just remember that it's exactly the same, okay? Any questions? Is that okay?
It's okay.
Alrighty, let's erase and we can continue to Unit 5. Unit 5, passive of modal verbs. So we go back to the passive, but now we focus on the modals. So modal plus be plus past participle. Can you read this one here, Talia?
Okay. Right. Movies should be banned. You shouldn't be allowed to marry at 18. Something must be done about climate change. The legal age for drinking should be changed.
All right, guys. So we talked about before using the verb to be in the past participle form, but now we're just going to add the modal verbs. So should be banned, shouldn't be allowed, must be done, but the verb is still in the past participle form. And again, we don't know who exactly is doing the action. Just R-rated movies should be banned. You shouldn't be allowed. By who? We don't know. So it's exactly the same. So maybe we could think of one example. Let's see if we can think of one example. So my example is going to be maybe smoking should be made illegal, right? Smoking should be made illegal. So we have should be, past participle, and then the complement, okay? Can you guys think of an example? It's like your own opinion about something, but we're gonna use should or must. What do you think, Talia? Do you have an example?
Sería consuming alcohol
Okay.
in public be prohibited.
should be prohibited. Excellent. Very good. Should be prohibited. Absolutely. What about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, can you think of an example?
Studying at 7 a.m. should be illegal. Please.
Studying at 7 a.m. should be illegal. Absolutely. Very good. All right, guys. So you can use, so should is like moderate, right? Must is going to be much stronger. So when we want to be more affirmative, we want to be more assertive with our opinion, we have to use must be and then past participle. Must be illegal. Must be prohibited, right? So we use must be, okay? Is this okay, guys? Any questions?
Any questions?
All right, just make sure to always use be and past participle, okay? What about, okay, so we continue with the passive, but now we have a few more examples. So let's begin with this one here. Talia, can you read this first example in green?
Okay, example of get passive. People who speak usually get ticketed. Ticket?
Very good. Ticketed, ticketed.
Okay, ticket. Some murderers get sentenced to only 10 years.
Very good. What about this one here? So this one is with get. Get plus the past participle, get plus past participle. What about this one here, Joss?
After should, the be passive is more common. People who speed, sorry, should be arrested. Murderers should be sentenced to life in prison.
Excellent, very good. So here we have the get form of the passive and the should be plus the past participle, which is the other form of the passive, okay? Very, very similar to what we just did here. It's kind of the same thing, but now we just add get. The new part is get, okay? All right, so let's go to Unit 6, the past perfect. Let's see how and when we use the past perfect. Let's begin here. Talia, can you read this part for me here?
Okay. One event happened before another event.
Very good. So one event
No.
happened before another event.
Okay. One. Some broke into our house. Two. We arrived home. Three. Now we discovered that some had broken into our house.
Okay. Talia, this is someone, okay? Someone broke into our house. So we have action 1, action 2, action 3. The past perfect is this one. This is the past perfect. And this is the action that happened last or happened after the first action. Let's take a look at this part here. Jocelyn, can you read this? Here
we use the past perfect to show that the first event finished before the second event happened.
Very good. So the first event, in this case, both of these events, they were finished, completed before the second event. So this one's a little difficult, guys, but let's see if we can practice. Let's see if we can do a good example. My question for you is, what do you wish you had done before maybe joining the university. So what do you wish you had done, or what do you hope you had done before joining the university? And then we could say, I wish I had before joining the university, right? So let's see if you can come up with an example. Jocelyn, what do you wish you had done before joining the university?
I wish I had
Traveled the world. Moved to another city. Went to the Justin Bieber concert.
I wish I had ¿cómo sería? Para los se me fue la idea.
Estelos. It's okay. I'll come back, Jess. What about Talia? Talia, what do you wish you had done before joining the university?
I wish I had liked to go many concerts.
Okay, I wish so maybe we could say, I wish I had gone to many concerts, right? I wish I had gone to many concerts before joining the university or before starting the university. Very good. Excellent, Talia. Anything, Jess? Did you remember?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I wish I had met my cousin who live in another province.
Oh, okay. Excellent. I wish I had met my cousin. All right, guys. The past perfect is always going to be had plus the past participle. So always using had and the past participle, okay? Any questions? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alrighty, let's continue. So we have, let's erase first. Let's erase and we can continue. Here we have responses with so and neither. This is fairly simple, so we're just going to go through this quickly. Talia, can you read this? I'm
hungry, so I am.
Okay, what about the next? Sorry, guys. What about the next one? What about this one here? Jocelyn?
I always come to class late. False.
All right.
Neither do I.
It might be true. It might be true. You never know. Were you on time today, Jocelyn?
Yes.
All right. And we have the next one. What about the next one, Talia? I'm not.
Okay, sorry. I'm not very hungry. Neither am I, or I'm not either.
All right. So guys, notice how we have affirmative, affirmative, and now we have negative and negative. Let's read the last one. Joss?
I never come to class on time. Never do I.
Oh, sorry.
Don't either.
All right, I don't either. Very good. Neither do. So this is neither do I. So let's practice. Now guys, you have to agree, okay? You have to agree because this is what we're doing here. So we could say, so do I do too. You have to agree. So just if I say, I like watching action movies, how would you respond?
So do I.
So do I.
So do
So do I. Very good. What about if I say, Talia, I don't like JB. Do you know who JB is?
Neither am I.
So neither do I, right? Neither do I. All right. What about if I say just, I always eat seafood. I always eat seafood, Jocelyn.
Neither do I.
But you have to agree. You have
So do I.
So do I. Very good. Guys, if you want to disagree, so let's use the example that just did. I always eat seafood. If you want to disagree, you say I don't, okay? If I say I never go to the gym, the response would be is I do. So it's just like the opposite. You have to say the opposite if you want to disagree with the person. But today and for the final exam, just remember that they're always going to be the same. So affirmative, affirmative, negative, negative. Okay? Any questions? All right. Let's erase and let's continue. Unit 7. We have get plus person plus to plus verb plus have plus person plus the verb. The first example here, Delia, read this one for me.
Okay. I got my brother to fix my car.
Excellent. Continue.
Well, I get my dad to bring us food. Let's have someone repair the washer.
Very
And
good.
I paid to have a professional paint the house.
All right, guys. So notice how we use get plus the person, right? So we have get, right? Then, is everything okay, Talia? Then we have my brother, which is the person. And then we have to plus the verb, which is going to be the other one, which is to plus the verb to fix, right? So let's think of an example. What do you get, or what do you have another person do? What do you have another person do for you? Talia, can you think of an example?
Okay. I got good note in the practice.
Let's repeat that one more time. But it has to be another person, Talia, another person. So
Okay.
I have, or I get my brother to make me breakfast, or I get my mother to make me I have my mother make breakfast.
Okay. Sería I have my mother prepared to dinner. Algo así.
Yeah, I have my mother prepare dinner. Very good. So have plus the subject plus the verb, right? Have plus the subject plus the verb. What about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, can you think of an example?
I have my teacher prepared class.
I have my teacher prepare the class. Absolutely. Perfect. All right, guys. Both are acceptable. Both are exactly the same. We can use get with to, or we can use have and then the regular verb. Just remember that get has to be with to, and you can't say, for example, I get my mother to prepare. No, that's incorrect. You would have to say, I get my mother to prepare. So get, always with to, have, just the regular verb, okay? What about this one here? Jocelyn, can you read this one for me?
Get slash have plus object plus past participle. We're having a house built now. I always get my hair cut by her.
Okay, so maybe we could do this one. I always get my computer fixed by my brother, right? I always get my computer fixed by my brother. What about you guys? What do you always get someone else to do? Talia?
I always get my cell phone.
Your cell phone?
Yes.
But a person. You always get your friend to fix your cell phone. You always get your friend to buy you a cell phone. It has to be, I always get my friend to, no. I always get, how can we say this? I always get my cell phone maybe bought, right? So it has to be have or get plus the object and then past plus the past participle.
Okay.
Okay. What about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, can you think of an example?
I always get my I always get my box. No, I always get a lot.
I always get my assignments, my books.
Books. By a friend. I would say my
I always get my books from a friend.
from.
I always get my books from a friend. Excellent. Very good. All right. I guess we would have to use a girl. I always get my books sent, or I always get my books gifted from a friend. Maybe, but we have to use a verb. It has to be the past participle, so we can use gifted. I always get my books gifted from a friend. Okay?
Okay.
All right, guys, you have to practice. Make sure to practice the three structures. We have get, always with to, have plus the person and the verb, and then we have get and have plus the object plus the past participle, okay? All right, so let's erase and let's continue. Here we have similar expressions, but a lot easier. So let's just read the first one here. Talia, need plus
Passive infinitive.
okay.
The TV needs to be fixed.
Fixed.
And this room needs to be clean.
Very good. Cleaned.
Cleaned.
Very
Okay.
good. All right. What about this one here? Who just read that? Talia? Jocelyn, can you read this one?
Need plus verb plus ing. The TV needs fixing. The room needs cleaning.
Okay, so very similar, but now we're going to use the verb need plus to plus the verb, or need plus verb plus ing, okay? So this is another structure that you should practice and memorize. We're not going to do that. We're going to continue, and we're going to take a look at Unit 8, the past models, would, should, could, have. So let's begin here. Let's see, whose turn is it? Talia, can you read this one?
Okay. Talking about
Hypothetically.
hypothetically about the past.
Very good.
Imagine your behavior in a situation. What will you have done? I will have said the answers.
Very good. What about this one here? Jocelyn, can you read this one?
Say what was the right thing to do. What should she have done? She should have turned one block earlier.
Excellent. And finally, for possibilities, what about this one? Talia?
Talk about other
Possibilities.
What else could she have done? She could have taken the test again.
Absolutely. So we have the different module verbs, possibilities, the right thing to do, and a behavior. So maybe, if I ask you guys, what could you do? What could you do in another country? It has to be hypothetical, right? It has to be an imaginary situation. So if I say, what could you do in another country? You could say, I could. What could you do in another country, Jocelyn?
I could to travel
Yeah,
everywhere.
absolutely. Excellent. I could travel everywhere. Very good. I like it. What about Talia? Talia, what could you do in another country?
I could take a lot of pictures.
Very good. I could take a lot of pictures. I could take a lot of pictures. Excellent. So this one is like a possibility. Maybe we could do one more example. What about this one here? The right thing to do. The right thing to do. So I want you to think of an example, imagination. So I should have, what should you have done maybe in the past? Is there something you should have done? I should have, maybe we have to use the past participle. I should have chosen another, city to live in, right? I should have chosen another city to live in. Can you think of an example, Talia? Something you should have done in the past. Imagine you can change anything.
I should have, oh no, I should have es que no sé si esté bien. Water dispenser in the university.
Water dispenser. Like this?
No, unos automáticos.
Oh, water fountain. We call it a water fountain. But you're missing a verb. I should have not drank. No debería haber tomado. No debería haber tocado. No debería haber destrozado. You have to use a verb, Talia. What do you want to say?
A ver. Sería this. No, ¿cómo es? I should know destroy water fountain.
Oh my gosh, Talia, you're a criminal. I should not have destroyed the water fountain. Very good. I'm not going to ask Talia, okay? No questions. I don't want to know. All right. What about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, something in the past. I should have
chosen another career.
Maybe.
Because I got up at 7 a.m. every day.
Oh no. But in the future, you're going to have an excellent job, Jocelyn. You're going to be a doctor and you're going to help lots of people. So stay strong. You have to think in the future, okay?
Yes.
All right, Jocelyn, be strong. Guys, any questions? Is this okay? Hypothetical situations? Would, should have, could have. So we can use would, should, and could for hypothetical situations, okay? All right, guys, let's erase and let's continue. We're almost done. Very, very similar, almost the same thing, but now we're gonna use different structure. So let's take a look here. So please read this one here, Jocelyn. They
must have gotten tied up in traffic.
Excellent. So now we're talking about the past. Now it's not like the future or a hypothetical situation. Now we are speculating about the past. What about, did you read this part? Did you read this?
I bet they got tied up in traffic.
I bet. Very good. What about this one? Talia, can you read this one? She
could have tried to call. It's possible she tried to call.
Very good. So we continue to talk about the past possibilities. And finally, Jocelyn, what about this one?
They might have had a fight.
A fight.
Maybe they had a fight.
Maybe. You never know, right? So imagine that I disappear, Jocelyn. Imagine that I disappear, right? I'm no longer here. Can you speculate what happened to the teacher?
They might, but he might, pardon. He
Excellent.
might have had another important call.
Oh, okay. Excellent. He might have had another. Excellent. That's a great example. Another important call. Very good. What about Talia? Maybe let's say your university teacher does not send homework. Your university teacher does not send homework. What might, could, or must have happened?
He might have to send homework. ¿Cómo sería tiempo?
Oh, on time? Okay.
On time.
He might not have sent it on time, right? He might not have sent it on time. Excellent, Aliyah. Very good. So that is the past speculations. Let's continue to Unit 9. We have reported speech. So we're going to read from left to right. So it says, Unit 9, reportive speech. Jocelyn, can you read this here for me? Used?
Yes. Used for reporting things people say. Verb usually in past.
Okay, so we have to read from the left to the right. So direct speech, reported speech. So let's read this one here. I guess we have to read here. Jocelyn, read left, right, left, right.
Okay. Mario Jaramillo said the following, and Mario Jaramillo said that. I am hungry. He was hungry.
Excellent.
I want to go out. He wanted to go out. I didn't have breakfast. He hadn't had breakfast. This has never happened. This had never happened. I will find
Faint.
any minute now. He would faint.
Faint, yes.
Faint any minute now. I can't continue for much longer. She couldn't continue for much longer.
Excellent, Jocelyn. So just remember that here we always have to say he or she said that. Okay? So all of these expressions are going to be like, he said that he was hungry. He said that he wanted to go out. He said that he hadn't had breakfast. And notice how each tense goes back. So we have the simple present, the simple past. The simple present, the simple past. The simple past, the past perfect. So we always go back one tense, okay? So let's see if we can report. If I say, Talia, I say, I like to play basketball. How can you report? You can say?
He said that he repeat.
I like to play basketball.
Say that like it. He liked to play basketball.
Excellent. Very good, Talia. But Talia, remember that the verb liked is going to be pronounced like a T. Liked. He liked to play basketball. Okay?
Okay.
We don't say liked. No, we have to say liked. He liked to play basketball. Joss, what about Joss if I say, I love to eat, I love to eat barbecue.
He said that he loved eat barbecue.
Excellent. Okay. Now, one more, just so you guys know, this is the simple past. So if we go to the simple past, and if I say, I didn't go to school in Ecuador, how would you change that? Dalia, I didn't go to school in Ecuador. You have to say, you have to change it to the past perfect.
Past perfect. So yeah, he said that he didn't.
He hadn't.
He hadn't.
And then I said,
Studying in. Okay, studying in Ecuador.
excellent, Dalia, right? But we have to say, so remember, if it's the simple past, he said he hadn't studied in Ecuador. Very good. So be careful, guys, okay? Practice, practice, practice. Will changes to won't. I'm sorry, would, will, would, can, could. So we have to change from the present to the past. From the present perfect to the past perfect, okay? Simple past to the past perfect. So make sure to practice, okay? Any questions? Is this okay?
It's okay.
All right, you guys are excellent students. Who is your teacher? You guys have some fantastic English. Is this your 10th year of studying? Jocelyn, when did you start studying English?
When I have 13 years old, I don't remember that.
When you were 13. Talia, when did you start studying English?
I study English to when I second semester.
In your second semester. Okay. Wow. Nice. You guys are doing great. All right, we're almost done. Reporting questions. Let's go here. Talia, can you read from left to right? Direct report.
Okay. My teacher asked the following, and my teacher asked
Asked.
me,
Asked.
or my teacher want to know. Se
Very
complica
good.
mucho.
It's okay. We're
Are
gonna put
you
it here.
okay if with weather? If I was okay.
Excellent.
How often do you usually study? How often I usually studied. How long have you been at this school? How long I have been at this school? And can you come see me after class? If slash with there, I could see him after class.
If whether. Very good. So there's two parts here, guys. For yes and no questions, we have to use if and whether, okay? So when you have a yes and no question, are you, can you, do you, we use if and whether. If it's an information question, what, where, when, why, who, how, we just repeat the question. Just remember that for yes and no questions, we have to use if or whether. What about this important notice at the bottom, Jocelyn? Can you read this?
Important. Notice how reported questions are not actually questions per se.
Per se.
Per se. They do not use question marks at the end, and they are pronounced as regular statements. Intonation.
Very good. So it's like they're not a question, but they're just pronounced as a regular statement, the pronunciation, okay? Guys, just remember, we follow exactly what it says, and we also, just like we did before, we're going to change the verbs. So study, studied. Have you been, past perfect, had been. So always changing it 1 tense down, okay? Come see, could see. So we always change the verb, okay? Is this okay? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. 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 So let's continue. Let's erase. And we have Unit 10, hypothetical situations. So we go back to the past. Let's go back to the past in time. The structure that we're going to use is if plus the past perfect, past models, would have, might have, and I can't see, but I assume that says could have. So let's read the examples. Joss Can you please read this one here?
Yeah, if he had gone to school, he would have learned more. If the ambulance hadn't arrived in time, excuse me, the victims could have died.
Oh no.
If if we had continued to talk, the teacher might have gotten mad.
Absolutely. So mad, might have gotten mad. So we have if plus the past perfect. If I had, past participle. If I had gone, if I had bought, if I had seen, always with the past participle form of the verb, and always 100% with had, okay? And then we are going to use the past model, the would, the could, or might. He would, he could, he might, etc. So let's think of one example. If I had, let's use negative. If I hadn't can't come to class, I wouldn't have met you guys, right? So we're going to use like this, right? If I hadn't come to class, and we always use a comma if we begin with have, right? So we have had, only in this case that it's negative, and then we have the past participle, right? Come, came, come. So if I hadn't come to class, I wouldn't have met you guys. Can you think of an example using about the past participle hypothetical? Maybe Talia. Talia, can you think of an example?
Yes. If I hadn't paid attention, I might have bad grades.
Very good. If I hadn't paid attention, I might have bad grades. Excellent. Very good. You said might, right? You said might, Talia?
Yes.
Very good. So if I hadn't paid attention, I might have bad grades. What about Jocelyn? Can you think of an example?
If I had if I had chosen
Very good.
my career, I wouldn't have met my best friend actually.
Excellent. Very good. If I hadn't chosen my career, I wouldn't have met my best friend. Very good. All right. Excellent, guys. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay. Any questions here? Is this okay, Talia? Is this okay, Jocelyn?
Yes.
All right. Let's erase. And we have a little bit more to go. The next one is tag questions. So let's begin by reading affirmative statement plus negative tag question. Talia, can you begin?
Yeah, affirmative statement. It's amazing, isn't it? She won the talent show, didn't she?
Didn't she? Very good.
That was dumb, wasn't it?
Excellent. So guys, notice we have affirmative sentence, right? We have the affirmative sentence, and then we have a negative tag question, always the opposite. Negative, affirmative, affirmative, negative, all right? Here, we have the answer. Go ahead and read the answer. Talia, answer, yes to agree.
Amazing, isn't it? Yes, it is.
So this is the answer. What about negative statements, Jocelyn? Can you read this one?
Negative statement plus affirmative tag.
Very
The
good.
test isn't easy, is it? You didn't study, did you? That wasn't a good choice, was it?
Excellent. And then we have the answer. So again, it's the opposite. So negative, affirmative, using the same auxiliary, or if it's the verb to be, we use the verb to be. If it's the past verb to be, we use the past verb to be, just in the opposite affirmative or negative, okay? And then we have the answer, Jocelyn. What about the answer?
Answer no to agree. The test isn't easy. Is it? No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. Very good. So, can you guys think of an example? Maybe you could say something like, Jocelyn, you're a medical student, aren't you? And then I could say, Talia, you're from Lago Adio, aren't you? Can you guys think of an example?
Mhm. The subject isn't easy, is it?
Excellent. Very good. It isn't easy, is it? Very good. Talia, can you think of an example?
Yes. It's warm, isn't it?
Can you repeat?
Cuando
Mm, it was close, Talia, but I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat the example?
sería Lago Agrio, it's warm, isn't it?
Excellent, Talia. Very good. Lago Agrio is warm, isn't it? I think it's more than warm, right? I think it's very hot.
Yes.
Very hot. Excellent. So guys, always the opposite. Affirmative, negative, negative, affirmative, using the same verb, okay? And Unit 11, we're almost done, guys. Unit 11, Unit 12, and we are finished. Here we have passive of present continuous and present perfect. So again, we're going to read from left to right. Jocelyn, can you begin?
Update. Companies are
Recruiting.
recruiting workers overseas. Workers are being recruited overseas.
Excellent, Jess. Recruited. Very good. So here we have exactly the same thing that we've been talking about this whole time. The workers are the object, the companies are the subject, and they switch. So now workers are being recruited. What about this one here? Talia, can you read this one? They are
making internet access available.
available.
And internet access is being made available.
Very good. For the present continuous passive, we have to use the verb to be, the verb to be plus being plus the past participle. Is being made, are being recruited, but always with the verb to be plus being and then past participle form. What about the last one, Jocelyn? Can you read the last one for me?
Companies have laid off a lot of people. A lot of people have been laid off.
Excellent. Very good. So here we have that exact, this one is the present perfect. So instead of using being, now we use have been, okay? So please make sure to practice the different passive forms And remember that you always have to use the verb to be and past participle. And sometimes, whether it's the past continuous, or I'm sorry, whether it's the continuous passive form, we have to use being and have, okay? Any questions? Is this okay?
It's okay.
All right, guys, you have a lot to practice, a lot to practice. So let's see. Contrasting. We have contrasting linking ideas. Talia, can you please begin with contrasting?
Okay. Although the problems are overwhelming. Se puso borroso.
Sorry. I'm trying to see the next activity, sorry.
Okay. Repeat. Although the problems are overwhelming, there is hope. People
Water.
water their lawns daily despite those warnings.
Very good. So we have contrasting. So although is going to be a linking word for contrasting, right? And despite is also going to be contrasting. What about this one here, Joss? Reason.
Reason. Climates are changing because of / due to global warming.
Very good.
We are late because the car didn't start.
Excellent. So we have because and due to, other forms of linking words, but now these are going to be for reasons, expressing a reason, right? What about this one here, Talia? Can you read this one? For purpose.
Pause. We are reviewing in order to do well on the exam.
Very
And
good.
I did my work yesterday so that I can travel today.
Excellent. So we can say in order, or we can say in order to. Both of them are correct. It kind of depends on what you want to say. We are reviewing to do well on our exam, or you could say in order to do well, right? Completely up to you, exactly the same. And here, exactly the same. You don't have to include both. What about this one here? Jocelyn, can you read this one?
Alternative. Drink tea instead of coffee. Just read chapters 5 through 8 instead of reading the whole book.
Excellent. So, alternative, right? Guys, practice the different linking words and make sure to understand whether we use them at the beginning of a sentence, in the middle of a sentence, and how they are used. Are they used for contrasting? Are they used for reason, for purpose, or for an alternative? Okay. And finally, we get to the last part. Yay. So we have Unit 12, what clauses and long noun phrases. So here we have used to introduce information. So let's take a look at the first one here. Talia?
Okay. What you need is a lot of information.
Very good. What about this one here? Continue.
Okay. What I will do is talk to people. What I'm saying is that you need to bring your books.
Excellent. Please stop there. So here, these are going to be the what clauses. What you need, what I would do, what I'm saying are all different expressions that you can use as what clauses. What about this one here? Jocelyn, can you read this one?
Long noun phrases. The main thing you need to know is information. The best thing to do is talk to people. That good thing about that is that you have resources
Available.
available.
Excellent. Very good. So now these are called long noun phrases because it's actually a longer noun phrase, right? It's kind of like a sentence at the beginning of a sentence, right? So like an expression at the beginning of a sentence. So make sure to practice them. Try to use them as much as possible so that when you come to take the test, you feel more comfortable with their use, okay? Any question, guys? Is this clear? Is this okay?
It's okay.
That's
Okay.
a lot of information, Talia, a lot of information, Jocelyn. I know you said you're not going to do the forum, you're not going to do the English homework, but please practice for the final exam so that you guys can get a good grade and pass, okay? Which I know you will because you're both excellent students. That is everything, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you very, very much. At this moment,